These weapons have been asked for months, literally since the beginning of the war. So they've been very slow in coming, but we're thankful that they're now headed to the front.
Does it risk a huge escalation with Moscow in which more weapons are going to have to be produced by the West or not?
Certainly, Mr. Putin wants us to believe that. Mr. Putin has been extremely good and successful at deterring the West. We are almost completely deterred. We keep telling him what we're not going to do rather than what we are going to do. And so he is going to threaten us over everything. These weapons, as was mentioned in your lead up, will not change the nature of the war. They will certainly give the Ukrainians some capabilities that they did not have before, but they will not change the nature of the war.
These are long-range weapons. You know, the Ukrainians could hit a Russian target. They could, if that was their desire. I mean, are you 100% sure that would never happen?
Well, first of all, I think that what we are seeing in the actual rollout of what we're going to give them is we're going to give them the shortest range version of these weapons that we have. In fact, essentially, they'll just double the range of the 777 howitzers that we have given them in the past months. I'm being told that our government is not going to supply the long range weapon and munition that could then probably reach into Russia. What we're prepared to give them now, I believe, you would have to put on the very border to range into Russia. So highly unlikely that they would be used in that way.
But so what is the advantage that these weapons will give the Ukrainians?
So in an artillery duel, if it's tube against tube, whoever has the longest range enjoys the advantage of being able to shoot and stay in position. The shorter range cannons and equipment has to shoot and move, or it will die to counter battery fires. And so this weapon will double the range of the better weapons we sent them about a month ago. And this will give them some advantage over the tubes of the Russians.
Do you see that there is a difference among the Western allies in what would be, as it were, a good outcome? There's talk of ceding a little bit of territory, talk of ceding absolutely no territory at all. And yet, we want, President Biden, Boris Johnson, they want a negotiated outcome. What do you think? Is there any particular scenario emerging yet?
I believe we should be supporting President Zelensky and the desires of the Ukrainian people. And that we in the West, since we are letting Ukraine fight alone on the battlefield, we should support them in their goals for their sovereign nation and their sovereign decisions. And if Mr. Zelensky, the president, and the people want to return to the pre-Second War lines, then I believe that's what we should be supporting them in. This word winning has been bantered around now for some time. Actually, in the United States, we supported that several weeks ago, but it is falling from favor because, again, as you rightly report, people are starting to look towards a negotiation that would cede territory and reward Russia's war on Ukraine. But the fact of the matter is, I believe, and many others believe, that we should be supporting, once again, President Zelensky in his sovereign approach to doing what Ukraine needs to do on the ground and what the Ukrainian people want to do on the ground. If that is to negotiate, then let's support President Zelensky in those negotiations.